Hello, everyone. I'm going to give people some time to join. I will say our description on TikTok is wrong. I tried to change it, but obviously it didn't fully change it. But today we're going to talk about animal magic and different animal symbolism. This is something that's been kind of a common topic that's been coming up lately. So thought it might be a fun little live to do if time for people to pop on. Hello. Nobody's answering yet. I'm just waiting for people.
Okay.
I didn't change this. I always forget to do that.
It's okay.
I changed the name, but not the description.
That's all right.
All right, for the people joining, I'm sure you can probably tell from the books and stuff that you see that we chose, but we're going to talk about animal magic and different symbolism with animals. So I'm not going to go too much into like, how do I say this? Like a spirit guide type of sense. Mm-hmm. Because first of all, it's something I'm not like fully educated on. And I think that sometimes that can get a little like convoluted with certain people trying to explain it that maybe don't have a full grasp of that. So I'm not going to be talking about like a spirit guide that you would have for life. This is more so going to be different animals that you would work with for different purposes. What it means if you see certain animals, especially in places that you wouldn't expect. And probably like what deities are associated with certain ones as well. So, but yeah, not so much going into like spirit guides, like animal spirit guides. So more so animal magic, just being clear. But hello for the people joining. Just gonna get started, I think. So the first book I want to talk about is actually like a new one that we got.
It's awesome.
Yeah, it's so cool. So it's an A to Z of animal symbolism. It's by Aurora Premiel. The reason I really like this is, first of all, it's pretty to read, which shouldn't matter, but it does.
Hi,
hello. So I really like this one for a bat. But this kind of gives like the full page, and it's very in depth, which I appreciate. Like it'll say in relationships, in work, in family, in health, and then different special messages. So like if you see one at night, you see it in the daytime, if you dream of a bat. So this book is very like descriptive, and it goes in alphabetical order, which is nice.
Yeah, even like talking in like a dream sense form. Like if you have dreams of certain animals, like reoccurring, if you've been seeing the same animal repeat over and over, like for example, like I've been seeing a lot of like crows a lot lately.
Which tell us if you are too, because I am, Sierra is, and then quite a few of our readers are as well. So it's just super interesting. And then I did actually read something, side note, that ravens made it back into Northeast Ohio. So we didn't used to have them.
So it's been crows all this time.
It's probably, unless they're the big blackbirds, this is like the first year they've come back, if it's ravens.
So Amy asked to see the cover of the book again, and she's on Facebook.
I'll make sure to put it over here. Animal symbolism.
It's a really good one.
Yeah.
Dee said she's been seeing frogs almost nonstop recently.
That's cool.
And then Amy also says that she's been seeing crows too. And then she said, what about the bear? Is there anything on bear?
Yeah, that's funny because let's use this book as a reference here.
Crows and frogs if we can find it.
Yeah. So the bear. So this is the page for bear. And this one says, you know what you want, but you don't dare carry it out. Enough, says the bear. Be bold and bang your fist on the table to make your voice heard. Trust in your curious nature. It is instinctive, but also connected with your self-knowledge and understanding of your experiences. It will lead you in new directions. There's a time for everything, and after introspection and maturation, the moment has come to take action. The reason I actually really like their description.
Hi, Kay.
Is in Lenormand. Bear is normally like very authoritative, somebody who demands power, takes control. So it's kind of funny that
Yeah.
Just following that.
Yeah.
Okay, so bear, what was it? Crow? And then what was the other
frog.
one? A frog. Okay. Let's see what it says for crow.
Amy said she's been dreaming and sees bears a lot.
Yeah, so maybe Amy, if you're seeing a lot of bears, it's time for you to kind of take control of your life, have a little more authority over your life. Surprisingly, crow isn't in here.
Really?
That's very surprising to me. I'll find it in a different book though, because I'm
Okay.
sure that it's in another
Anything
one.
on
And then
frogs?
Let's see.
When I think of frogs, for some reason, I always think of like abundance. We'll see if that follows it. But I always think of the money frog in.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
I think of it as
Lots of ravens in your yard. We
for
actually
me, something you can't ignore for a frog because they're so like loud.
Oh yeah, frogs are
You know
very
what I mean?
loud,
But
and they're
also-
quick to move on. I would also say.
Oh, I love this. Okay, frog. Frogs live through different stages of transformation before they reach adulthood. At each of these stages, they undergo many ordeals and have slim chances of survival. Yet they get there in the end. They are warriors, and they want to see their metamorphosis through so they can enjoy life singing in a pond. The frog appears to give you the self-confidence you need to set your course towards your dreams, whatever may happen. So it's a self-development, isn't an activity to engage in as a Sunday hobby. It is a lengthy process of working on yourself to grow and evolve. Like frogs, you'll have to visit your wounds to go through painful times, to take ownership of your shadow parts before you can see the light. But with each transformation, your soul will reveal itself a little more and guide your spirit towards what it holds most sacred. So, for the one who said they're seeing a lot of frogs, that's big on like transformation. And that's because frogs do go through so many stages before they reach that final transformation.
Mm-hmm.
And it was saying how,
by then there's not a whole lot left.
right.
Mm-hmm.
And they said that the likelihood of survival is actually pretty slim through all these different stages that they go through. So, talks about transformation through trials, but then when they get through it, they get to chill in a pond and relax for their life.
Sam, you said you haven't gotten to see any crows lately. We've been talking about how we're seeing a lot of them, and then we just found out that ravens have made their way back to Northeast Ohio.
Yeah, because I guess we didn't used to see them a lot. I guess because I used to be confused in how you could tell the truth or tell the difference. I mean, between the
crows
two
and
of them.
ravens.
And they say if you see a giant, if you're like that's the biggest black bird I've ever seen, that's a raven.
Yeah, and ravens also have like rounded beaks.
Yeah,
when crows
like
have
curved.
like, and they have really long. I don't know why I feel like I need to tell someone this, but really long like neck feathers, or it almost looks like hair. Crows, their neck feathers blend into the rest of their body.
Cool.
So, and they also have crows have pointed and straight beaks, not curved thick ones.
And they're much smaller.
Yeah.
Also, crows are loud. Like they're the ones that are like, "Wah!" like screaming at you. From ravens aren't as much like that. So, but there is ravens in this book. So it says ravens guard the gateways to other worlds. They live in dimensions parallel to yours and appear in the here and now to show you this magical path. Ravens hold the key to your altered states of consciousness and watch over your spirit when you embark on journeys of the soul. They bring you back safely, making sure that all your parts are reunited correctly before you come out of the altered state and back into your usual awareness. I want to say too, like what I'm reading from this, like is just like a little tiny paragraph. Like this book is so descriptive.
And I really like how that book is it's like how you said, it's like work, family, this, that. So if you're seeing an animal and it's not resonating with work, maybe it's resonating with family, and then check out like what it means for family.
Right.
And that might be what you need to apply it to.
Like for an example, it says like
you said that was a great crow sound, by the way.
Thank you. So like if you were to see a raven relating to work, it means you're beginning to realize the impact you have in the world when your consciousness opens up. This new outlook on yourself will lead you to rethink your work environment. Bring change into it to make it look like the person you are becoming. But then if you were to go into like special messages, if you hear a raven caw, think of your last dream. It deserves to be recounted to someone who will be able to help you decode it. The dream is about a particular person. Perhaps they are the one to whom you should speak. So like it goes into a lot of different concepts too, like where you see them, what time of day, if you hear them cawing, if you're seeing them in a dream. So this book is super, super cool, especially like if you are a reader like I am. Like sometimes people ask me, animal symbolism. That's not always something you know off the top of your head.
Mhm.
I do recommend having a couple of reference books on you when you are doing a reading. You're not expected to know like everything in the entire world. So you sure could have this book to kind of go through.
Nicole said, "Good afternoon, love your store and love the book selection you have." She has the cat magic and it looks like it cut off. But
I'll talk about that next.
We
We've
love
got someone talking about it. Me and Sierra, I think, are both cat people.
We're very much cat people.
Very much cat people. I think Melissa actually did a review on this book.
She did.
So if you wanted to go back on our YouTube, you could totally watch that. But it talks about, like, just an example. Ritual to strengthen a bond with your familiar.
I love that.
Yeah. And I love the illustrations. They're just like really, it's a really cute book. Like all these little kitties.
We do have another one that we just got in. I can always go and grab it. But that book not that one specifically, but there's another one about cats. I have used spells out of that book when I had a sick kitty and they work fantastic. So just in case anyone does have a kitty at home that they want, to know more information for and how you can use spell work to increase the health of your cat or strengthen the bond with your cat.
I love that.
Yeah.
So she's going to go see if she can find that. Well, I kind of keep talking about this one here. Like right here talks about big cats. I've always been super interested in big cats and the symbolism behind them. So that is a really cool little section. Nicole, so you'll be in for more of our incense. We look forward to seeing ya. All right, I'm going to look at some of the comments. What in the quack is going on here? Trevor, I was making a crow sound. If you're wondering if it's a crow or raven, it's most likely a crow because ravens are huge and you'll know. Exactly, Samantha. That's kind of like what I was saying about the crows and ravens. Like, if you're questioning if it's a crow or a raven, it's a crow. Ravens are huge. Okay, so I think we're out of the book probably right now, the other cat magic book, but we'll definitely add it to the order because it is one that's pretty popular.
You too, Nicole. Thank you for the heart.
So yeah, and then this goes into like the different magical tools and moon phases and all that. Pretty much every witchy book does that. Like,
They do,
really
yeah.
do.
Yeah. They always put the moon in there.
I skip those pages at this point. So, ritual work with healing cat medicine. So ritual for healing with cat medicine. So that's like what Sierra was talking about. This is really cool.
Kate, also off topic, wanted me to tell you that she loves your suit of armor.
Thank you. You guys, you have no idea how much that means to me because I really made that for like my own personal use and then became obsessed with it. So I've been making a ton of oils and salves. I do have another oil coming out too. It's going to be called Along the Nile. So it's frankincense, myrrh, and blue lotus scented. So that one's for working with like Egyptian deities. I guess while we're on the topic of cats, right? Because I work with Sekhmet and then Sierra works with Bastet, which I think is kind of funny.
Very, you would think that one works with the other.
Yeah, exactly. You would not, if you looked at me, you wouldn't think I was the one working with Sekhmet. I look like an Aphrodite girly, but I'm not. But I'm not.
I'm dead.
Nothing against the Aphrodite devotees at all. It's just funny because I just really have a mask on sometimes. It's all good.
Oh, and Dee said, agree on the suit of armor, picked it up last Saturday. And then Kay said, I'm off topic. Sorry, my ADHD.
I have ADHD too. Okay, maybe I'll make one to help us focus. So in the cat magic book, I really like this. So it says the power of the purr. So it says cats not only purr when they are happy and content, but also while they are under duress. Why? Well, as many in sound therapy know, there's a range of frequencies that promote healing and well-being. Cats' purr ranges from 25 to 150 hertz, a frequency range that has been shown to improve bone density, promote muscle and tissue health, and boost overall healing. This frequency is also known to help heal broken bones, improve joint health, and facilitate wound healing. If you experience dyspnea or shortness of breath, a cat's purr may help with this. So help with COPD. The reason I'm talking about this is if you've ever noticed when you're sick or when you're sad, how your cat will lay on your chest, and they purr really loud and they're kind of like by your side. They truly heal us more than we think. So,
Yeah.
But yeah, this book is super, super cute. Again, that's this cat magic book. It's by Raika Moonsong.
So if you're, oh, Amy said Anubis is one of mine.
Oh,
Since we're on Egyptian deities. And then T said, a focus oil, please. Does anyone have any like questions about any animals in like particular? I feel like now is like a good time to talk about something that maybe you see a lot of.
Yeah, we really love answering your guys' questions. It's super fun for us, and helps it kind of go longer too. But yeah, the animal symbolism book, that first, the green and white one that I showed you, that one is very, very descriptive.
Yeah, it might be my favorite animal book that I think I've had or seen.
I really like to just like how pretty it is. But I did flip through this one today. So this is The Shaman's Guide to Power Animals. First of all, really pretty cover. My only complaint is I do wish it was hardcover, but it would probably be way more expensive if it was.
It's
so
heavy.
We'll take it. It reads very much like a science book almost. Like, I don't know.
It really does. It looks like something I would open up in like biology.
Right. So, and this one's pretty. It has a lot of different animals in it too. What I like about this as well is it has a little quote on the top.
Well, I noticed it also has insects.
Yes.
And I feel like people don't talk about insects being guides as well. So that's cool.
Yeah. If you have a dream about bed bugs, I'll tell you what that means, because I did. But it has a little quote at the top that like kind of overall message from them. So and it has keywords as well. So like centipede would be quickness, confidence, excellence. It says run, do not walk with the force of your intuition to find others who respect you and who will enhance your life. So like, I really like that for if you don't want to go, flip through the whole book or read the entire passage. It's nice that it has just kind of like a really easy little explanation. It's so weird. Crow isn't in this one either. That is insane to me.
Maybe they just kind of combine it all in ravens. I feel like I don't want to say crows and ravens have similar spiritual meanings to me, but they kind of do.
Yeah, because they have raven in here, but they don't have crow. That's so weird to me.
Poor crow.
Yeah, that is really weird to me. I don't know. But yeah, this is still very, very cool book.
Can I see that one?
Mm-hmm.
Looking at some bugs. And yeah, if anyone also has like praying mantis. This is exactly the one I was looking for. Opened right to it. So cool. Also, a lot of cool things. You gotta love the creepy crawlies too. Mm-hmm. Yes, we do. They do. So funny story. Since we're on that subject, so I am deathly afraid. I'm gonna give everyone my one of my fears. I do not love house centipedes. I've tried to kind of handle that fear. They're fast. They're ugly looking, and they're just, I don't know what they're doing. They like moist, dark areas. Like, I don't love what they're about. Okay. I had one land on my shoulder a couple years ago, and I haven't yet recovered. But I had one of our coworkers tell me, when you see them, they're actually guardians of the underworld. And that was what she explained them to be. And, they're actually very protective. They can live up to 7 years if you don't kill them.
And that it feels wrong.
It feels wrong. Like this thing, right? This thing could have gone through grade school. Like it could,
Right.
So it kind of helped me open my eyes to that and being more forgiving of. I'm going to also get really sappy real quick. This was trending on TikTok for a while, but there is a whole poem about the price of being small and how people overlook the small insects, the spiders, the things that look scary and they were just in the wrong place at the wrong time, and how they basically looking different was the price that they paid. So it makes you kind of think differently about the creepy crawlies that might have made their way into your house.
I'm trying to learn not to kill them. It's very hard for me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna kill an ant though. Like there are like certain bugs that I'm like, I'm sorry, but you're dead. You're dead.
Trevor, I know exactly what you're talking about. You nasty.
A puffin.
Puffin. Yep, they got this one's got a lot of really.
Like that.
So we were just talking about that Shaman's Guide to Power Animals, and okay, you know what I'm talking about? That quote, "The price of being small." I'll have to share it somewhere so everyone can see it. But yeah, this Power Animals is really. I mean, there's animals in here that you wouldn't think about. Crickets in the kitchen. Ooh.
Crickets are funny. Crickets are like that niggling feeling that you just hear it and you can't find. It reminds me too of that beetle in Practical Magic. When I tell you guys that the first time I watched that movie, I was so pissed off because I think she's looking for the cricket. Like, I think the whole movie is going to be about her trying to save her husband and find this beetle. And I think she's going to, no, it's not. The guy dies. I was so mad. I don't know if you guys know what I'm talking about, but I was pissed.
Thank you for the follow, by the way. And you had crickets in your house. The thing that crickets also teach you is that someone might be talking about you. Because you notice, like, when you walk by crickets, they get quiet. They kind of tell you that you might need to pay attention to who you have in your circle, because 100%. There's some people that might not have the best intentions for you and get really quiet when you're around. Anyway.
This is a cool book too. So this is Animal Speak. This is Ted Andrews. If I'm remembering correctly, he actually is Native. And he's very well known when it comes to the animals.
Everyone's talking about how they got really mad about that too in Practical Magic.
Thank you for understanding where I'm coming from. I was so pissed. But when I also tell you that, like, when they were all sweeping that guy away, like, all the women in the neighborhood, when they used to turn their back on them, like, I actually cried. And I was like, this is ridiculous. But I did find something about a crow, though. So this is in the Ted Andrews book, the Animal Speak book. So he says, my grandfather once told me that the crow was the smartest of all birds. What's more, it even knew it was the smartest of birds and enjoyed it to the fullest. In fact, it was so smart that it chose to stay a crow rather than move on to some other area of evolution. It has a unique ability to outwit most birds, animals, and even humans at times, and they make for themselves a wonderful living. And then it says, crows intrigue and aggravate us. They and their other family member, the raven, have a great mysticism and mythology about them. There are actually 5 species of crows, one of which is the raven. Because they are of the same family, the only real difference being in size, it would be beneficial for those with crow as a totem to also study the qualities and mystical aspects of the raven. So that totally makes sense, that they're kind of saying that they are so similar, so that's maybe why we can't find them sometimes. A side note, if you ever want to get a reading when it comes to like animal guides, or Reverend Cynthia is absolutely excellent. She was at the Wine and Spirits event in June. I am sure she'll be there again in September, and comes into the store to read once in a while. It's funny because I've known her for years, but I had never gotten a reading from her, and I did maybe a week or two. I was so impressed. Her knowledge of animal totem and everything is insane. The parallel she was able to draw between like certain, like the way she does it is very unique. It was a way that she said was given her by spirit. So I've never seen anybody else read the way that Reverend Cynthia reads. 100% would recommend getting a reading with her if you're into the animal stuff, for sure. Because yeah, she's excellent. So.
Side note, the shamanic book has a guinea pig, which just made me laugh. Sorry.
Yeah. I love the little rodents too. I think rodents get overlooked a lot.
They do. They're seen as pests.
Yeah, and it's crazy because
they're so smart.
Yeah, they are so smart, and they're like really loving and friendly too. Like rats are some of the smartest, most loving pets you can have.
I put my marigolds out in the yard, and my little spirit guides and ancestors came by.
Oh, good!
I love that.
I'm so happy to hear that. Yeah, we talked about that, didn't we? I am going to be making an oil for that. I actually started it and was getting so annoyed because I couldn't get it to maintain the scent. It's supposed to be a spirit calling oil. So it had chrysanthemum and marigold and forget-me-not in it. And then it was like cypress and myrrh scented, but for some reason after about an hour, the scent would fade away. So I didn't put that one out yet because I want to make sure it's where I want it to be. But
pigeons are also seen as pests.
I read something really sad about that.
What?
So
What?
it's really sad. So basically, we all had all these pigeons because they were carrier pigeons.
Yeah.
And then when we got the mail and stuff, we basically just like abandoned them and stopped using them. But they were domesticated, so they don't know how to take care of themselves in the wild. So that's why they're always in the city. It's because we like basically domesticated them to not know how to take care of themselves and then abandon them.
Oh my
It's
god!
the saddest thing. I like got
I'm
really sad.
sad to hear that. It's like you gave them a job and then you're like, no.
That's exactly what it was.
Oh my god, my
So,
heart.
I know, I got super upset when I read that. Yeah, you said they are so domesticated, and that's why they're not afraid of people and stuff. And then you wonder, like, people get so annoyed at them. It's the same as seagulls. You know, like, we're feeding them. We're feeding them. We're making them think they don't have to work for their food. And then, so they don't. They're not supposed to be in a McDonald's parking lot, okay?
Once again, humans are the problem.
Literally.
And then I love ferrets, but hamsters are assholes.
Yeah, my 7-year-old keeps saying he wants a hamster. I'm like, Henry, I promise you don't. Like, you really don't. I hamster had to wear leather gloves. We went to clean its cage because he just attacked. And a lot of that, again, is people, which is really sad, but
a lot of it is people. Speaking of ants, there's your ants. They love to work, so they are industrious and diligent in their efforts.
I will say ants are so like interesting though, like seeing first of all the fact that they carry their dead.
And the Chinese call the ant the righteous insect.
Because they say righteous outside. Like literally
you can stay. Yeah.
Not interesting.
It's so funny. Oh, they even have starlings. They even break down the birds in this book. This is a really cool book.
So starlings that's so interesting to me. What does it say? Going with the flow helps us so fun. So starlings are basically like those birds that take over your feeders. And I always get starling and grackles confused, but they're very similar because they basically destroy your whole house and whole yard. Like they're the ones that like pick apart your yard and like throw shit sorry, I don't know if I want to swear. Throw stuff everywhere and like are really just destructive.
I always get mean comments when I tell them I was born in the year. I am also born in the year of the rat.
I think I'm the pig, which is also not great.
Does anyone else know their Chinese zodiac? I would love to know what it is.
Yeah, I think I'm the pig.
Speaking of seagulls, they're seagulls. Be willing to indulge in what you desire can bring great fulfillment. The lesson lies in the realization that satisfaction can be elusive.
That makes sense because they're like never satisfied.
Nope.
And they're always like searching for more.
Do you want rabbit? I can look up rabbit.
Yeah, let's see. I'm gonna grab like our.
You said Chinese zodiac. My bad. Chinese zodiac's rabbit. K is dragon. We got rooster.
Isn't it the year of the dragon right now?
It is. My brother's your ear of the dragon.
Wait. See, this is cute too.
Oh, that one is cute.
I haven't flipped through this.
Crow! We found Crow!
I haven't flipped through this one yet. I'm not gonna lie to you all because I found it right before we went in. Oh, this is the cover, Animal Power. So this only has 100 animals, so not a ton, but adorable.
But we found the crow.
Look how cute it is.
I love that. That's a really cute book.
Yeah, I love the pictures. Oh, and this is cool. So it says when to work with me. So this is the other thing. Yes, referencing animals that you're seeing consistently is a great idea, but also like you don't have to wait for an animal to make itself known to you to start working with it. You can do that on your own. Doing meditations around it. Certain decks, which we'll go through, that have like different animal totems and stuff. So like you don't really have to be seeing them in order to work with them. But what I like about this Animal Power book, it says when to work with me. So it says, when you are ready to trust this is for Crow, when you are ready to trust your personal integrity, when you want to align with your power during times of great change or uncertainty, and when you are ready to birth a new project or way of living, and when you need spiritual strength. And then it goes into like the energy medicine. So how to actually like heal with that animal. So it's pretty cool. We'll say it probably isn't as detailed as some of the other ones, but it's like visually really appealing.
Yeah, and it's like quick and to the point.
Exactly. Like it has the keywords here. Like even for deer, it says path of the open heart, gentle strength, unconditional love, greatest divine embrace, kindness, compassion, serenity. Like that's enough for you to kind of get what you need to be doing. So, fireflies.
They have fireflies. Everyone's been seeing the fireflies lately. I almost forgot they existed.
Henry, oh my God, every night it's 9:30, 10 o'clock. I want to catch fire. Like, bro, you guys say this before it's like bedtime. But also, they're going to be here tomorrow. Like, you know, he like wants to go every night.
Thank you for sharing the live. I appreciate that so much.
You. Yeah, fireflies. It'll probably talk about it in here, and I don't know if I'm going to.
If firefly comes into your life, you are attracting the wrong people into your life because of negativity. It's time to shed light on an issue that has been obscured or to lighten up.
Yeah. This is, I forget where I read this at all. Okay, I really do. But there's different species of fireflies, and they blink in different increments. I know who I learned this from, Reverend Cynthia. Like, now I remember. She says they blink. There's different species of fireflies, and the increment of like however many seconds is in between the blinks is how they know that they're like the same. So she's like, so it's super interesting. Like that's how you. So her whole point was finding people whose light blinks the same way yours does.
That's really cool.
Yeah. So finding like your soul tribe and stuff. So that kind of makes sense with it saying you're around the wrong people, because if it's not matching up, even though you're both fireflies, you're not the same. So, that's cool. Super interesting. Rooster. You're the rooster. Okay.
Yeah.
Anyone else? Crab Ragoon.
Crab Ragoon.
Oh my gosh. Me and my fiance, this is so unrelated to witchcraft, but we went to Blue Sushi and
How is
and they have a mango crab rangoon appetizer, and it's like the lady brought them down, and there's like 8 of them, and I swear to God, it's like before she even walked away, we're like, another one.
I would like another crab rangoon.
Another round of crab rangoons.
I wonder if I think I saw something on crabs. I would like to see what they say about crabs.
You know what's funny? Coconut crabs. I don't know if any of you watch Octonauts. If you have
Are those like the really, really big ones? They're like terrifying.
Shit. They just they just come up and take your stuff, and I think it's hilarious. Octonauts is a really cute
I don't like the way you blink. I need them. The crab rangoons, yeah.
It's so good. With the mango, oh my God.
Anyway, I could read this book all day. There is a lot of information in here. So highly, highly recommend this one, especially if you want a lot of detail, because that's it. And it does have the lesser known animals in there, and that's what I like about it.
Oh, look, crab. Sensitivity, guardedness, emotional housekeeping. Oh, a Cancer. Okay. New directions, introversion. It's a Cancer. That's what it is. That's something else I wanted to talk about, though, is think about with your zodiac and like the different animals that represent each sign, and think about the symbolism in there. Cancer is the crab, and this talks about sensitivity, housekeeping, emotional maturity, guardedness. So that is a Cancer. Think about Scorpios and Scorpions.
Let me see if I can find
you can
Scorpion.
Poison yourself, basically.
Yeah. There is, since we were on the subject of spiders and trying to overcome your fear of them, what this book says about spiders is, don't complicate anything with senseless thoughts. They are simply a web that can get you tangled up. They inspire patience, assertiveness, and creativity. So you call in the spider for support with business, networking, and planning to help enhance your creativity and patience in waiting for things that want to come to you. If the spider comes into your life, you are ultra sensitive and instead need self-empowerment. Consider the balance in your relationships. Some may be lopsided, or it is time for you to design a life that captures what you desire. And what's also cool about this book is it also has the energy center of each animal, as in, like, for example, for the spider, it's the solar plexus.
Oh.
It even has the mineral, like crystal. So this is, oh gosh, I always say this wrong. Aragonite.
Yeah, that's right.
And then air is the element. So each animal also has its own mineral.
That's
center
super
there.
interesting, especially the solar plexus with the spider, because the solar plexus is all about your creative energy,
Mhm.
your confidence, manifestation, like that kind of thing. So it totally makes sense that spider would be that, because they're creating. Also, think about like the diligence that a spider takes, because when their web gets knocked down, they just
They do
rebuild
it all over again.
and because they have to.
Yeah.
So
I identify as a golden wheel spider because they roll themselves into a wheel and roll away whenever it feels threatened. So
I love that. I'm like the ones that build like that trap in the woods.
Oh my gosh, yes, they have like a trap
Like
door.
bird spiders.
Yeah,
Trapdoor
yes,
spiders.
the trapdoor spider. Oh,
And they-
scorpion, by the way.
Yeah.
For Scorpios, I'll let Emily read that one.
Yeah, that's me. You wouldn't think it, but I actually am a Scorpio. Okay, so it says it's determination, nurturing, and prevention. Prevention, that's interesting. It says power lies in the ability to be competent and acting on and being truthful with your threats. Okay, that's funny because that's how kind of scorpions are, right? So it says powers of a scorpion. Call on the scorpion for protection from individuals who seem harsh and unyielding, discernment as to when to strike against your opponents, and being seen as powerful yet compassionate. So if a scorpion comes into your life, you likely need protection from toxic people or your own toxic thoughts. Address your fears so they do not attract negative experiences. You may be in the dark about something that could sting you. And the energy center is solar plexus. Funny enough, the mineral is ruby. I actually don't have mine on today, but I've been super into like ruby lately and just bought a little ruby pendant. So it's kind of funny.
Scorpion venom can treat certain forms of heart disease and cancer.
Yeah, so that kind of talks about how it's like has the power to kill but also heal.
Yeah.
So that's actually very much Sekhmet vibes, because Sekhmet is the goddess of plague, but then also of medicine and healing. So put you in this world, I'll take you out of it.
Is the Animal Magic the book you're reading from? So we're reading from this one.
That's
that we
the one
just
we
read.
read for the main one.
This is the one we use the most.
Yeah.
It's the Shaman's Guide to Power Animals. We just got it in, actually. So it is available if you do want it.
Karen, you said I'm your mom's sign and I don't know if it's boyfriend or best friend sign. Good people. Yeah, my son. So I'm a Scorpio, Sun and Mercury. My son is a Scorpio, Sun, Mercury, and Moon. My partner's a Scorpio rising. Like we've got lots of Scorpios. Karen, I want to guess your sign.
Imagine building a beautiful web and someone comes.
Karen,
through
are you a
knocking it
Libra?
down. Karen's giving me Aquarius, and I don't know why.
Or
Watch us
Cancer.
both be wrong.
I'm gonna say Libra, Cancer, or Virgo. I recognize that
You
that's
can't
three.
pick all three,
I
Emily.
recognize that that's three. But to be fair, they're different elements. So Sag, really?
Wow. We
A
were-
Leo? I would have never guessed that for you, Karen.
Wow.
Huh.
So anyway, we were completely...
Don't get a reading from me. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. Oh, octopus.
Can you say the price of the book? Or
Yeah.
So this one, it was not on TikTok Shop just yet because we literally just got it in, but it is $25. If you want to purchase it,
Should it be on the website? Is it on the website?
this new one, I don't know.
I think we've had it before. I'm gonna go check if it's on the website super quick. if
Yeah.
that's okay.
Yeah,
That way
and
we know
we'll
if you
see
can purchase it or
We'll
not.
see if she can add it to the TikTok
Yeah.
Shop real quickly.
Yeah.
But it is really, really good. I had no idea. Like I was really looking at this guy, this animal symbolism one for a bit, but after going through that one, I'm a big fan of finding all the different animals that maybe we don't that aren't so common.
This one should be on the website. This is the only copy, so if you want to yoink it, yoink it soon.
Yoink it before I do because
Yeah.
I'm giving you time.
Yeah, honestly, this book is awesome because we're both.
You were looking for that book too.
Yeah.
So whoever yoinks this one first, but then
Yeah.
I would, in second best, I would recommend the animal symbolism.
Here, I'll move it
Thank
over
you.
for Facebook and stuff. Yeah, both of these are excellent. I'm sure though we'll be ordering
Is animal
more.
symbolism on the website?
This one should be because we've had it for a minute, so hopefully it is. I will say too, like we can always order more of these books. Both of us are going to be doing like a shaman apprenticeship, so this obviously kind of spoke to us as well.
Mm-hmm. Did you notice they're also
That's
at the bottom
cool.
is shaman's intention on each one too?
Oh,
I didn't even notice
I did
that
not
till now.
realize. This is super cool too. This is the world tree. I don't really fully understand this. I'm not going to act like I do.
Whoa, this is
But that's super cool. Look at this picture.
The other one I would recommend is, if you can't get your hands on that one, is the Animal Power, and we have had that one for a while. Animal Speaks is also another good one.
Just not as like pretty. That's
Yeah.
the only complaint I have. But Ted Andrews very well known.
Yeah, really good information in there.
Mm-hmm.
But just not as appealing, I guess. It doesn't have as many pretty pictures in it, but
right.
It has information, and that's honestly what we're here for.
That's what's important. So I'm going to talk about this deck. This is by Dr. Stephen Farmer. So he does a book that I really, really like called Healing Ancestral Karma. And he also does the Ancestor, I think it's called Messages from the Ancestors deck. But this is a spirit animals one. So it says Messages from your animal spirit guides. They're really pretty. I don't know if, let me see if I can. Yeah, they're very pretty in the way that they.
What was the name of the
images?
book? You can't find it. The big one we were just talking about. It is the Shaman's Guide to Power Animals,
and it's by Lori Morrison. Yeah, that's probably our fave. That's gonna be fave, which I'm surprised because I thought it was gonna be the other one. But the thing I like about this too is it has the meanings like a little message on the bottom. So this message is from your animal spirit guides oracle card deck. Like Panda, it says create a sacred space for yourself in your home and or place of work. So gives kind of little things on the cards, and then I'm sure this comes with the guide. Yeah, it comes with the guidebook as well. So that's a good one. This one is Chip Richards. Animal Voices. What I like is it's connecting with endangered friends. So this one specifically focuses on endangered animals. The pictures are really cute on these. So yeah, these are awesome. What was the name of the book? You can't find it. Let me know if you still are having a hard time.
Yeah, if you're still having a hard time, we can see if we can.
We'll figure something out for sure.
I can always type it out. Can you? Oh wait, maybe I can't. Why won't it let me do this? Usually I can go in here and type, but it won't let me.
That tracks.
That's fine. It's fine.
Melissa, if you're somehow watching.
She was for a bit.
And you want to comment. This is the Totem Guardian.
I couldn't find it. I hate computers. Let me double check real quick.
Yeah, it should. It says it was populated to the website, but maybe it wasn't put on there. So we have the book. So if somebody does want it, we can always have you purchase it, not from the website and ship it out.
Yeah, what you can do is if you really want it, you can go into our TikTok DMs and message us there. Let us know that you want it. We'll just ask. I will ask that you send your email and obviously your name. And then we will send you an invoice for the book. And that's when we'll be able to we'll exchange addresses and all that stuff. And then we can send it out that way. So if you absolutely are like, I want that book, just send us a DM.
Yeah. This is the Totem Guardians Oracle deck. This is more people and animals. This is like a mouse deer and a zebra. I don't know, more uncommon ones, I guess. I have not personally read with this deck, I'm just being honest, but grabbed it so that we can and this is like the last one. This is Power Animals. I wish we had some of these open, but unfortunately we do not. So this is what we got right now. Oh, there is this book too for somebody who's kind of just getting into it. This is not a bad book either. Because so it's animal magic for protection. And in this personal protection spell, you'd be focusing on the image of a bear. There's things about communicating with animals.
Wanda,
domesticated animals.
Wanda, if you're still there, I was able to pull it up on my phone on our website. So maybe spelling. but it is there.
Oh, good. Okay, I thought I lied.
She is there. Yeah, add to cart. Shows everything in there. It says 1 in stock.
This is a spell to reveal you're familiar to you, which is super cool. So yeah, this is more of like a general, I wouldn't call this like a reference like how the other ones are. But if you just in general want to get into the animal magic, that's this one here. Wait,
No,
why does that sound familiar?
No, it's not on the TikTok shop. It's on our personal website, which would be goddesselite.com.
And we can always message you if you do send it on, like send us a message on TikTok. We could always maybe just send you like message you back the link to the actual website.
We could, we could also do that
if you can't
too.
find it.
Yeah.
The reason this sounded so familiar is the person who wrote cat magic also wrote animal magic.
Oh, nice.
So she's got a fave, clearly.
We love that.
But yeah, that is the Reika Moon song. So we went over the majority of like the products we wanted to talk about. Does anybody have any questions about anything else? Any animals you've been seeing? Samantha, I just read your comment where you're like, imagine building a beautiful web and someone comes through knocking it down. I'd be cursing rebuilding the entire thing. That's how I feel when I clean my house.
And it
just gets destroyed again.
Wrecked again.
Yeah. So, that's really fun. I cannot get over Karen being a bunch of fire signs. I so did not realize that.
I would have
That
never
is so interesting. But yeah, I think if no one else has anything any other questions, we're going to pop off so we can help Miss Eileen out on the floor. But we thank you all so much for listening. And Wanda, if you're really having a hard time finding, so like I said, just DM us on TikTok. And we will send you a link to the listing on the actual website. And because so many of you were kind of interested in that book, we'll definitely make sure to order some more and get it up on TikTok. So, of course, thank you so much for listening. Bye, Karen. I think Karen's doing the apprenticeship too. This is a side note, but this was probably more relevant to you than I realized.